Hello and welcome to my podcast, Little Girls Aren't Taught This. I am your host, Self-Love Lydia, former self-love coach turned business coach and mentor. This is the podcast where you get clarity on exactly what it takes to create an authentic business that allows you to scale with sustainability. I'll discuss why strategy meets self-love and spirituality has been the foundation of my success and got me to where I am today. After creating 2 successful brands and businesses driven by impact, I generated thousands in income through the power of authenticity, life-changing signature programs, and passion for what I sell. I am on a mission to show you what's possible when you lead with purpose, when you sell with passion and you create a brand that gets you mentioned at the fucking table. My intention is to empower you with raw topics each week on business, self-love, female empowerment, and spirituality so you can create freedom in your life with a business that you absolutely love. So let's dive right into this week's episode. Hello, my loves, and welcome to another episode of Little Girls Aren't Taught This. I know it's been 2 weeks since the last one, and I just have to truly be transparent and accountable. I'm going to have to batch record the episodes for the next few weeks because deadlines are coming in thick and fast. And it's just hard sometimes to juggle all of the things. So even if my episodes go down to 2 every 2 weeks, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm just not putting the pressure on, any more pressure on, because I'm noticing I'm always low-key stressed out. And, it's not ideal, but it's okay. I accept that because I know what it's like studying, and if you've ever studied, you will understand also what it's like when you have all of the deadlines coming in, and one of those is a dissertation. It's hard graft, and then I guess just doing that alongside the business also and trying to have a life it's so hard. But on the positive side, things are going really well in business. I'm feeling really, really good with the shift. I had my first masterclass last week and signed up 108 people, which is just fucking insane. I was so gassed to my coach. I was like, how? I'm a process kind of girl, right? I don't set goals. So my coach keeps saying to me, what's the goal? What's the target? And I'm like, to be honest, I don't really work like that. I just like to be in the process and go with the flow. So I don't know. I didn't think about the number of signups. Maybe I thought 30 people would have been good to sign up to the wait list. 108. I was fucking blown away. So thank you if you're listening to this and you was one of those people who signed up. It was insane. So doing that masterclass, I was like, this is so, this feels so right what I'm doing. I'm so in alignment. I'm so happy to be teaching these things. It felt really good. I felt like I'd stood into that authority role. I felt like I had a lot to bring because, when I was transitioning into being a business coach, that was one of the thoughts that was coming up for me. Who the fuck am I to now start talking about business? And yeah, it was just, I felt like I was going into a completely different space. And that's one of the things I spoke through with my coach. I was like, I don't know why, but I don't know. I'm just questioning, do I even have a space as a business coach? So no matter where we are up to, no matter what we are going into, sometimes we can always, we need those things that just give us that validation, that just give us that sense of, yes, this is absolutely right, and confirm it. And the masterclass was that for me. And I loved it so much. So in this episode, I just want to do a little recap because, the content that I gave out was super, super, super important for you if you have a business. And also, I've never really spoken about business, have I? I've never really spoken about, the things that I've done to create 2 brands. I've never spoken about the things that I've done or the income I've created. I think obviously I spoke about when I made when I had like the huge launch last year, but like I've had so many successes with like launches and programs, and I've just never spoken about any of it. So I want to start shifting into the business type content. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this episode. And one of the other things that I also want to let you know is my new offer is, the doors are open. It is here. Scale to Success, the Mastermind. I keep going to say masterclass. Scale to Success, the Mastermind. So it is a 4-month mastermind. It is a high touch coaching program. And, this is just a coaching program for you if you really want to scale your business. So it's for the woman who wants more. It's for the woman who wants to create a raw, authentic business where you can sell with confidence and feel secure. This masterclass is for you if you want to create a product suite that you fucking love, and it gets you known, and you create signature programs, and you get those wait lists, and you get clients around the world. It's designed for you if you want to create a sustainable brand and a community. It's designed for you if you want to scale your income and your impact. And, when I stepped into being a business coach, one of the things that I'm very clear on is if you just give a shit about the numbers, then I'm not the coach for you. I'm not the coach that's going to say, okay, come in and we're going to scale to 5K, we're going to scale to 10K. And that's the main focus of you working with me. Will that be a byproduct of you working with me that you will make more income? Yeah, I believe it truly will, because, everything that I've got to that point where I'm successful. So I believe that you stepping into that and you investing in yourself and you working on your business growth and your personal growth will bring more income, because we are looking at sustainability. We are looking at impact. We are looking at the way that I work is looking at how we can make your business literally a mirror of you. Like, how can you be in love with what it is that you offer? How can you wake up every day and just feel passionate to sell online and sell with like a strategy that works for you? So it is intimate. It is going to be powerful. And, you are going to learn the how. So everything I've done and everything I've, made mistakes at in getting to this point in my business, you are going to learn that, but we are going to implement it and tweak it so that it is applicable to your business. I'm not about cookie cutting. I'm not about just copying and pasting. I actually want to help you implement all of these things and take you and your business to the next level. So that is what like the mastermind is about. And it really, really is about creating this sustainable business that gives you a life of freedom, where you can just show up and fucking just be yourself, be in love with what you offer, like stop focusing on the numbers and actually focus on the impact that you want to make. Focus on the long-term sustainability of your business. So if you feel like that's something that you would like, if that feels like you listen to that and you're like, fuck, I really want that in my business, I want that for myself, I want to be in love with my offers, I want to be able to show up, then there's a link in the show notes to just fill out a quick, like, I call it an application form, but basically it's just a questionnaire, and then I will get back to you and we can book a call. So that being said, link is in the show notes if it is for you. Let's jump into the episode, my loves. So, like I said, I done this masterclass last week, and it was Scale to Success, the masterclass. And it was about me teaching all of the things that have got me to the right place, the fundamentals that have helped me scale my business. So let's just jump right in. So number one is, so the fundamentals for me getting to the point. So I have created 2 successful brands. I have created 2 successful businesses. In both of those businesses, I have been able to transition and take my audience with me. And I have also been able to create offers in a market that have always sold out. Success, like that have sold spaces that have had success. So these are the things that have helped me get to this point. And I believe they are the things that every business and every person should take into consideration when they are aiming to build their brand. So teacher number 1 is that build a brand. So I want you to just take a minute to think about, or if you're listening to this and you have like your journal, or if you have your phone handy, take a minute to just write down, like, what is a brand to you? When I say that word, what do you think about? So for me, when I talk about a brand and I talk about building a brand, I'm not talking about colour schemes. I'm not talking about the imagery when I talk about branding. I'm talking about you being your fucking brand. You being an embodiment of everything that you teach and your business values, okay? Point number one, so important if you are looking to scale your business and you are looking to create a sustainable business. Because the reason being, and this is also key, I think, why I've been able to take my audience on a journey with me. Granted, now some people have fallen off because I've totally transitioned into a different space, and that also happens when I was a personal trainer. You lose people that don't resonate with what you're talking about, and that's absolutely fine. But on the whole, on the majority, I still have people that say to me now, I followed you since you were a personal trainer, and they have become on my journey with me because I am embodying everything that I teach in that moment, and I literally am a walking, talking, breathing like representation of everything that I put out on social media, everything that I talk about, the good, the bad, the failures, the fuck ups, the successes. I just embody it all. So for you, get clear on that, get clear on the message and embody what you talk about. So stepping into the result you deliver. So when it comes to the divine, for me, I was a walking embodiment of that program. And when people were looking at my stories and when people were looking at my life and when people were coming to me because they resonated with the stuff that I was saying, they knew in a way what the divine was capable of giving them. So they saw my life and they knew that my program was capable of getting their own version of that. And hands down, the divine, 9.5 out of 10 times, literally delivered that. Like literally delivered it. It was insane how true that transformation was. So for you, get clear on your mission, get clear on your message, repeat it, rinse and repeat, and don't be afraid to do that. Like, people need to know what your message is and be authentic with your brand. Like, you being yourself and being an embodiment of that. Don't underestimate the power of authenticity. Like, do not underestimate that when it comes to scaling, when it comes to selling, when it comes to people trusting you, when it comes to, making more income. These are the things that matter. These are the things that are going to create sustainable growth. Like, if you're just coming into a business or all you care about is a 10K a month, people know you don't give a fuck about them. Is the longevity in that if you don't truly care and you don't truly embody and show up as yourself and as your message? Just think about that. That's my opinion. So one of the things that I said in the masterclass was, and I always say this to people, imagine a group of women are around a table and somebody mentions your niche. And everybody, would everybody automatically think of you? Would they? Would you be that go-to person? Because for me, I always created a brand, even when I was Lid Fit and now as Self-Love Lydia, where I get brought up at the table. People know very, very clearly what I'm about. And I'm a standout. I created standout brands because I'd done things differently. I'd done things my way. And that's the thing, like, when we're looking at other people and we're trying to be like other people and we're trying to implement strategy or sell the same as them, or, a lot of what I see on the internet is people stepping into their coach's power, people copying what their coach is doing and thinking that they are making it their own. I can literally tell on Instagram who the fuck is being coached by the same person. I can see it a mile away because the just is the same. Like, you're stepping into your coach's power. What you need to do is step into your own power. And if you're unsure how to do that, that's what the Mastermind is going to help you do. One of the other things when it comes to building your own brand is ask your audience, because what you think you're known for can often be very different than what your audience actually knows you for. So an example of this was when I was a self-love coach, I used to talk about all things self-love, from relationships to body image to like spirituality to self-forgiveness, all of the things. The thing that got me brought up at the table and what I was known for the most with my audience was body image. So if there was women around the table talking, Self-Love Lydia, that brand, me as a coach, everything I stand for, my content, would be brought up when they were talking about body image, diet culture, body positivity. I had no idea. But it was in speaking to my audience that I found this out. That was the content that was resonating. That was the content that was making a difference. That was the content that when people were having a shit day, they were coming to my Instagram for. So ask your audience what you're known for. The other thing when it comes to like building a brand is be known for one thing. Like, especially when you're starting off your business, be known for one thing and narrow it down. And make that the focus of your business, make that the focus of your messaging, and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat and embody that. Like, it's okay to begin to branch out when you're scaling. Like, as you scale, it's okay to branch out. So like an example is when I was a self-love coach, I'd done a sex seminar because it just made sense. So I did it. However, I always linked it back into the overarching thing of self-love. So for you, think about that. How can you become known for one thing? And how can you focus your business, your programs, your offers, your content around that one thing? Doesn't mean you have to put yourself in a box, because you absolutely do not, which is something I'm going to talk about. But you need to, for your brand to be known, you need to be known for that one thing. And an example of what's possible when you create a brand is, I went to London on Friday and I was speaking to my coach about it, and she was like, you just always get like insane opportunities. She was like, who literally just goes to London for one day to record a podcast and comes back? She was like, you got on the Bali Festival as a guest speaker. She was like, how do you just get these opportunities? And it's because I've created a brand. That's why. So, you know, that's an example of what's possible when people are thinking, are they going to think of you? Why would they think of you? Why would they think of your business? Why would they think of your brand? Why would they want to get you on a podcast? Why would they want to invite you down to London? Why would they want you as a guest speaker? You have to think about these things. Again, if you're unsure, this is all the stuff that I'm going to be going into in the masterclass to help you figure out. So teaching number 2 is get clear on the message, okay? So again, have a little think and pause this episode if you need to. What is your message? In a short way of saying, what is your message? And this links so strongly into point number 1. Because if your message will be your brand is your message. It all links. So it's something that we all struggle with, 100%, I think, especially as you're transitioning. And for me, at those points where I've been transitioning or I felt out of alignment, I've 100% struggled to like pinpoint my message, you know, pinpoint like and be super clear on like why I'm putting an offer out, what it is that people can expect from the offer, who it is that I'm calling in. So if you struggle, know that your audience will also struggle. So what is your message? What do you love about your offer? What's the specific message for each program and each offer that you put out? So if you are putting out one-on-one coaching, high ticket coaching, and you are just like, oh, well, this is for, the woman who wants more in her business, and we are going to help you scale to 10K, like 10K a month. Okay. What's the specific message underneath that? What is the specific transformation? Break it down for me. Make it make sense. And that is like the level of detail that allows you to scale your fucking income, because you are so clear. You can show up just without thought and talk about it. Someone could approach you in the street and say, what's your offer about? And instantly you would know what it's about. So an example of this is like when I was a self-love coach, I was exactly that, a self-love coach. I decided to put an offer out called Worthy of Wealth. Worthy of Wealth was a offer that was around money mindset and self-worth. However, because I was so clear on how it linked to my message, it made sense. Even though it was linked to mindset, even though it was linked to self-worth, I made it make sense in relation to my overarching message, which was self-love. And it got 225 signups, which is crazy. So again, that shows you on how a clear message allows you to expand and sell multiple offers. So when I was talking before about staying in a box, and I was saying, you don't have to keep yourself in a box. So you don't have to feel like you can't branch out. You don't have to feel like you can't talk about multiple things or sell multiple things at once. You don't always have to just stay specifically with the one offer. You might have 2 ideal clients. And don't forget, you take your audience and your customers on a journey, which means you might have multiple offers that they can invest in. So you need to make it make sense to your overarching message. But that doesn't mean you have to keep yourself in a box, because that's another thing that I see a lot of coaches do. And I know that's something I've definitely questioned in the past is, how do I sell multiple things at once without confusing my audience? Like, how do I sell multiple things and appeal to different people? And this is how you do that. So remember, all offers lead back to your known message. And then teacher number 3 is create a signature program. So I'm going to say hands down, I probably created one of the best programs out there when it comes to self-love. And creating that group program helps you scale your income as it stacks month by month. It helps you generate more income as you work one-to-many. It helps you build momentum as a leader, which means you get more trust. You position yourself as that authority, and it allows you to sell high-ticket offers with more ease, which is, I think a lot of coaches out there will say, sell your high-ticket one-on-one. For me, honestly, selling the divine, scaling that launch by launch, seeing the income go up, seeing the impact, seeing my income stacking month by month, seeing that momentum build, it was a no-brainer for me then to upsell into the high ticket offers. Seeing the value that people were getting at the price point the divine was, it made sense for my one-on-one to be more. So literally the divine creating that program allowed me to jump from £1,500 for 3 months coaching to 6K for 6 months. There was literally no in between. And I've signed clients at the 6K, no in between. Like, I didn't scale that price, because once the divine started going up and I saw the numbers and I saw the impact, obviously, and the income, it just made total sense. So a group program is another way to scale your income and your impact. And, you know, this is also one of the things we will be going into in the mastermind. If you feel like you want to create a group program and you want to create a signature group program, because for me, again, there's a difference. There's a difference in just creating a program, a genetic program, and there's a difference in creating a program that gets clients all over the world, that gets a wait list, that gets people DMing you saying I'm in straight away, that gets cash paid full bank transfers because people are just like, I absolutely want to be in this, like I've waited for this next launch. You know, that's the difference. The program that is known, the transformation that is known, that's what a signature program is. And a signature program gets you momentum as a coach. So again, something we're going to be going into within the mastermind. So that was a little recap of the teachings that I went through and the fundamentals that have helped me scale my income and scale my impact. I am an impact-driven coach, and I just think it's absolutely insane that the money that come as a result of that, because I actually sent an email today and said, you know, out of all of the things that have made me feel successful and made me feel grateful and literally evoked such a deep emotion in my heart, it's the transformations, it's the impact, it's knowing that people have come away from working with me and their life has changed, and that will be a pivotal moment in their life that they will look back on. And that for me is the most important thing. So I hope this episode was useful, because it is the first episode I've done as a business coach. And it was kind of a whistle-stop tour. But like I said, this is all the stuff I'm going to be going into in the mastermind. So if you do listen to this and you feel like it is something that you're curious about, or you feel like something that everything I've said in this episode, you're like, yes, this is making sense. This is what I want. I want to know how I can implement that, and I want help implementing all of those things in my business, and obviously a lot more, then just drop me a DM, or you can just go straight in and fill out the application form. So I shall be back, and I hope this episode was useful. I know it was being useful actually, because the feedback was amazing. So on that note, my love, have a wonderful week. I might be back in 2 weeks, I might be back in a week, I literally do not know. And take care of yourself. I shall speak to you soon. I see you, I love you, goodbye.